I'm Darren Perfonik, product manager on Need for Speed Carbon, and today we're here with Emmanuelle Vaugier, who plays Nikki in Carbon this year. Emmanuelle, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So how did EA first approach you about playing the character of Nikki in Carbon this year?
I was actually on a skiing trip in Lake Tahoe and with my manager, and she came and met me, and she's like, oh, we're on the ski lift. She's like, by the way, EA called and they want you to do this video game. It was something I'd never done before. It was very exciting, so I thought it might, be very cool to check it out and see what it's all about. Motivation behind developing the character of Nikki was the idea of being immortalized in a video game. Nikki plays the player's girlfriend, and what happens is the player left 5 years ago and sort of left me out of the blue, and I never really know what happened, and he comes back, sort of reclaim his reputation as a racer, and he asks me for my help in doing that and trying to figure out what happened on that fateful night where he disappeared. I reluctantly do so. I help him out, but I'm still very hurt and angry by the whole situation. And as the game goes on, you sort of find out little pieces of our relationship and the relationship with all the other people and what actually happened on the night that everything went down.
There's always someone out there who's a little faster than you are.
This filming process was a lot more tedious and meticulous as far as everything had to be very exact, because on the green screen there's, you've got this sort of virtual world around you that we don't know where anything is. It's sort of marked by X's and little, posts and things like that. So that's a very different process than what I'm used to in sort of the regular film world and television. Everything around you is sort of imaginary, and you've got to speak into the camera because that's who you're speaking to, your player, and so that can be a challenge in comparison to having actual people to communicate with and have a connection with. I mean, there were sort of little vignettes and stuff that we did with other actors, but still you're in a completely imaginary world, so that can be a challenge.
Was it relaxed enough that you could bring your dogs on set?
Yes, it was relaxed enough where I could bring my dogs on the set, and everybody was very friendly to the dogs, and they had a good time, I think.
I've been generating quite a bit of buzz, but you're not fooling me. What I'm trying to figure out is why you haven't skipped town yet.
I definitely have an interest in cars and different types of cars and performance-wise and all that kind of thing. Racing is a lot of fun to watch, and I've always sort of dreamt of going to the racetracks out in just outside of Vegas. I think there's a racing school in Northern California somewhere, and I was like, that would be kind of fun to go do.
And what's your dream car?
Dream car, I'd have to say an Aston Martin. It's just a hot-looking car, and I've been in one before, and it's virtually just so quiet and no sound, and I especially like the little push-button start thing. It's kind of cool.
Well, thanks for coming out today, Emmanuelle, and everyone be sure to check out Need for Speed Carbon in stores November 1st.
Hi, I'm Emmanuelle Vaugier, and check me out in Need for Speed Carbon.